Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday, January 12th Maplewood City Council meeting. I have to say that this has been a very hard start to the new year. I grieve over the loss of life. I grieve over the growing divide in our country and in our world. I grieve over the inhumanity towards each other as fellow human beings. In these hard times, I challenge myself and my fellow council members to serve as ambassadors of reconciliation. What does that look like? I've been thinking about this since we have had a lengthy break since our last meeting. A few conclusions that I've reached is that we don't add fuel to the fires. The fires are already burning in our community, in our state, and in our country. We don't add fuel to that. We act and we speak respectfully. We listen and we seek to understand more than we speak or take action. We call for transparency from our state and from our federal government. We call for Congress to set aside their partisan rhetoric and act to create systemic change to our citizenship process. We offer our best selves to each other and to our neighbors, to our community, and to our country. And we lower the level of discord and go about healing our country. These are tough times. This is our first meeting in the new year. As elected officials, I think that our response, even on a local level, is absolutely critical to our future and how we work towards something that is much better than what is happening currently. I wanted to start off with those comments because this is our first time back together. It's been 5 weeks. And I was excited, after the new year, we're going to have a new council meeting, and we have a lot of amazing things that we're going to be working on this year. It just seemed that we're starting off this year a little bit differently. And so I would ask all of us to reflect on that and really to bring our best selves forward, because I think that's really what's needed in this particular time. So council members, we are going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and we are going to do the business of the city tonight. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. City Clerk Sint, would you do the roll call for us?
Councilmember Cave?
Here.
Councilmember Juniman?
Here.
Councilmember Lee?
Present.
Councilmember Villavicencio?
Here.
Mayor Abrams?
I am here as well. Thank you. Council members, we have an amended agenda. Would someone like to make a motion for the amended agenda?
I move approval of the amended agenda.
Second.
Moved by Juniman, seconded by Cave, a motion to approve the amended agenda. Is there any further discussion? I see Councilmember Lee's light is on.
Thank you, Mayor. Can I just add under council presentation, reflection?
Anyone else? Okay. It's been moved and seconded. Is any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries as well. Thank you. Moving on to the approval of minutes. We first have the December 8th, 2025 City Council meeting minutes. Someone like to make that motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Cave, seconded by Lee, the motion to approve the City Council workshop minutes. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have our City Council meeting minutes. Would someone like to make that motion?
I move approval.
Second.
Moved by Juniman, seconded by Cave, the motion to approve the December 8th City Council meeting minutes. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Next, we have the council calendar update. Mr. Sable, this is yours.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. We are starting a new year strong and have a number of work sessions and meetings that are coming up. Just in addition to the conversation about a local option sales tax at our next meeting, we'll also be approving our 2026 legislative program. If you're familiar, this will look eerily similar to what was approved last year with some modifications and changes. Also put on your radar, we're going to have a meeting with our legislative delegation on the 28th, so we can have an opportunity to share with our local delegation the priorities from the city of Maplewood. Also put out there just a couple of public works items coming up for work session. And then we also will be reviewing our charitable gambling policy in February. I also want to put on there as a forecast, we will make some small amendments to the cannabis ordinance. We've learned some things as the process has unfolded, and so we will get to talk about cannabis in 2026. It seems like it's been a long time since we've talked about that, so it feels appropriate to bring it back. The last thing I want to just note, in our conversations with staff regarding the climate mitigation plan, they may need a few more weeks to put the finishing touches on it. So we will hold it for February 23rd, but it may leak into the first meeting in March. But that's to be expected, and so I'll stand for any questions.
Any questions for Mr. Sable? Hearing none? Okay, then thank you. Councilmember Lee, council presentations.
Thank you, Mayor. Just want to take a moment to thank you for opening with that piece of it, Mayor. Thank you for that. I just want to take a quick moment to just do a quick reflection on this last week here in our city and our state. Over the past week, many in our communities have felt real fear and uncertainty due to certain federal immigration enforcement actions. That fear is not abstract. That is showing in our these things are showing up in our grocery stores, our schools, our workplaces, and our home. Over the weekend, I stopped at a local grocery store in St. Paul where I stood in line to order some food. I noticed a St. Paul police officer waiting for food just in front of me. What stood out wasn't that. It wasn't just his presence, but the tension in the room. You could sense the uncertainty of people around him, the quiet concern about what might happen, shaped by everything our community has experienced in recent days. I stepped forward and thanked the officer and thanked him for his service for protecting the people of our cities. I shared with him that I know where St. Paul stands on immigration enforcement and that I know where our city stands. I wanted him to know, and for others to hear who were around me, that our local police departments are not ICE, and that they are committed to serving and protecting our community. The look of relief on his face said a lot. It reflected on not only the strains of our officers and their feelings, but also the tolls and the fear and the confusion that our residents are taking on. In the chaos of everything happening right now, it's important to remember, and this is for our residents at home, that emergencies still are happening at home. They don't stop. The world still keeps moving. People still needs help. Families still should call 911. They need help. There are still medical emergencies, fires, and other crises that are happening in our lives. You should trust that when you call for help, our public safety officers here in the city of Maplewood will be there to support you, not to question your immigration status. I've said this many, many times, and I will say it over and over again, that we have the best public safety department in the state of Minnesota. The city of Maplewood, we've shared in the past that the city of Maplewood does not assist in immigration enforcement unless a public safety threat exists. Our officers are here to keep people safe, to respond in moments of need, and to serve with professionalism and care. For the past 5 years as a member of the MAC, we have worked really hard with our public safety team to intentionally build trust and strong relationships within our community and our neighborhoods from corner to corner. That work matters, and we will not allow fear created by federal actions to undo it. My commitment remains steady to protect the dignity and safety of every resident, to support our public safety officers, and to ensure that no one feels afraid to ask for help in moments of need. There are many organizations doing great work in our community that will provide supports for community members who are in need. Please reach out to the available resources. Do not fall victim to the fear that has been created. Just wanted to share that from this past week. Thank you.
Next, we have city council appointments. Mr. Sable, this is your topic tonight.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. As we enter into a new year, it's also our opportunity to make appointments to the various committees and assignments that we have within our partnerships. And so this is an opportunity to assign those tasks. And I think we've had an opportunity to kind of review them from that standpoint. So for the benefit of the community members, we have things like who will be serving as acting mayor, who serves on the audit committee, who serves on the various liaisons to boards and commissions. So there's a laundry list of items. Some of them are staff, some of them are council, and this is an opportunity to make any amendments should you want to make those.
Council members, any comments or thoughts concerning appointments? Okay, then would someone like to make a motion?
Motion to approve the 2026 City Council appointments to boards, commissions, and miscellaneous groups.
Second.
Moved by Lee, seconded by Juniman, the motion to approve the 2026 City Council appointments to boards, commissions, and miscellaneous groups. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much. Next on our agenda, we have a very important guest with us tonight. We have Sue Vento, and we want to formally recognize her as a council. I have known Sue for a number of years, and I really thought it was important to acknowledge all of the time and effort and commitment that she has made to our community. She recently retired from the Metropolitan Council, and she will be missed. She was always someone that had the information, and if she didn't have the information, she was going to find it out. She served selflessly for so many years, and so we are going to honor her tonight. We have a resolution, and I'd like to read it. Excuse me. I've got that Minnesota congestion going on, you know? I'd like to read the resolution, and then we will make a motion. And then, Sue, we're going to ask you just to come up to the dais for just a minute when we're done after we've approved your resolution, all right? So this is a resolution of appreciation honoring Metropolitan Council member Sue Vento. Whereas Sue Vento has exemplified a lifelong commitment to education, community service, and regional collaboration, dedicating her personal and professional life to improving the lives of others. And whereas Sue began her career as an educator, teaching in the Wilmer School District from 1977 to 1983, before serving for more than 27 years as a field representative, organizer, and lobbyist for educators throughout Minnesota Education Association, and Education Minnesota, advancing the cause of public education and supporting those who dedicate their lives to teaching. And whereas following her distinguished career in education, Sue continued her lifelong commitment to serve as Director of Outreach for the Church of the Assumption in St. Paul, and through her involvement with numerous community organizations, including Twin Cities Habitat for Humanity, Friends of the St. Paul Library, the National Park Trust, Friends of the Mississippi River, Neighborhood House, Merrick Community Services, and the Ramsey County Historical Society, each reflecting her deep dedication to compassion, equity, education, and community well-being. And furthermore, her steadfast advocacy for parks and open spaces has enriched the region's environmental legacy, preserving natural treasures for the enjoyment and inspiration of future generations. And whereas Sue was appointed to the Metropolitan Council by Governor Tim Walz in March 2019 and has demonstrated steadfast leadership, collaboration, and empathy, working tirelessly to promote sustainable growth, preserve the region's natural resources, and ensure that all residents have access to opportunities and services that enhance quality of life. And whereas colleagues of the Metropolitan Council have celebrated Sue's humility, her warmth and authenticity, qualities that have fostered unity, inspired trust, and elevated the tone of regional governance. And whereas Sue Vento's enduring legacy will be measured not only in policies and programs, but also in the countless relationships, partnerships, and friendships she has built throughout her years of service. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Maplewood expresses its deepest appreciation to Metropolitan Council Member Sue Vento for her outstanding leadership, her unwavering advocacy for education and environmental stewardship, and her lifelong commitment to building stronger, more compassionate communities throughout the Twin Cities region. Be it further resolved that the City Council of Maplewood extends its sincere gratitude and best wishes to Sue Vento for continued success, fulfillment, and joy in all her future endeavors. Council members, is there a motion?
I move the resolution of appreciation for Sue Vento.
Second.
Moved by Juniman, seconded by Cave, the motion to approve the resolution for Sue Vento for her dedicated service on the Metropolitan Council and her lifelong commitment to education, community service, and regional collaboration. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
There you go. Sue, would you like to just say a couple of words? And then we have to get a picture.
Asking me to say a couple of words can be very dangerous, Madam Mayor. 3 hours from now, you'll be wishing you hadn't said that. I want to begin by saying thank you. When I would drop Bruce off at the airport on his journeys back to Washington, his parting words always included, "Be good and you'll be beautiful." And I used to say to him, "Bruce, I don't really understand what that means." And he said, "Well, my grandfather, an Italian immigrant, used to always say that." And he said, "It's just one of my favorite things." And I have to say that if we do good, we'll create beauty. And I hope through the work of the Metropolitan Council, we can continue to do good for our region. I want to make a special thank you to law enforcement, to the fire department, and to the EMT in our city. Now more than ever, we need to show appreciation to them as the aunt and cousin of law enforcement, as the daughter of a volunteer fireman. I know the stress and the strain and the selfless efforts that they make, and especially now with what's going on in our state, I'm especially concerned about them. On my way here, I listened to public radio, The Daily, and there was an interview with the Chief of Police of Minneapolis, Brian O'Hara. It was an incredible interview, and I can't encourage you enough to listen to it. He is a wise, compassionate man, and he's very deeply concerned about our community, and I just hope that more people hear what he has to say. The other thing I want to say is it was a privilege to be on the Metropolitan Council. My colleagues used to bug me because I'd get rattled about reading comment sections to the local newspaper articles about us, especially as it related to transit. And I'd also read Next Door. And I finally learned toward the end of my stint that I had to quit reading it because it was the same people saying the same things over and over. And 9 times out of 10, they were totally uninformed. And I hate to say that as a former educator, but there were so many half-truths in some of those comments. So as elected officials and as city employees, I hope you would avoid those comment sections too, because they can be pretty brutal to the self-esteem we need to do good work. The last thing I'm going to say is that I understand there's going to be some special engagement with the southern portion of Maplewood, which is where I live. And many of my neighbors and I refer to our corner of the world as St. Mapleberry because most people think that we either live in St. Paul or in Woodbury. And so we refer to ourselves as St. Mapleberry. And to be candid, this is not meant as critical, it's meant as our reality. We feel pretty disconnected from the city. Mm-hmm. And truth be told, I'm helping the tax base with local taxes in Woodbury more than I am in Maplewood. And it doesn't feel good doing that, but it doesn't make sense for me to drive 8 and 10 miles to do my retail therapy. Sorry, I mean, I'm just sharing what the reality is for us. So I would encourage you to engage with the community before you start the formal engagement and get people to the table who can bring some constructive and helpful thoughts about what could be done. People are very concerned about the development at the ponds. The traffic situation in that corner of Woodbury and Maplewood is pretty dicey. The addition of the London Lane apartments has added a lot of traffic. I don't know if it's showing my age, I'm going on 72, but I find myself every day when I go out to run an errand or go wherever I'm going, counting the number of people who are ignoring stop signs and red lights, totally ignoring them. And in that corner of the city, it happens hourly, minutely. I mean, it's just all the time. So you might start hearing from an old lady down in South Maplewood complaining about what's happening with traffic. So anyway, I thank you very much. What you do is hard work, and I really appreciate it. And I just hope that 2026 can get better and we can heal as a community and as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue,
Thank
for
you.
your continued care for Maplewood. Thank you.
Sorry, it's taking me a while there. Getting out.
Thank you. We can always find a place.
Swap spots?
Mm-hmm.
She can go home.
She's going to.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Okay, council members, we now have a resolution accepting a donation from Merritt Chevrolet. Chief Beardeman, this is your topic.
He's
Oh.
sending Mondor.
Chief Mondor.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Before you this evening is a resolution accepting a donation from Merritt Chevrolet. Over the past several years, Merritt Chevrolet has donated $1,000 to the Public Safety Department for employee recognition and wellness initiatives, and this resolution acknowledges their contribution and ongoing support to our staff and appreciation for that donation.
Awesome.
Thank you. Council members, we have a motion to receive this. Would someone like to make it?
I motion to approve the resolution accepting the donation made by Merritt Chev.
Second.
Moved by Cave, seconded by Juniman. The motion to approve the resolution accepting the donation made by Merritt Chevrolet. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you very much, Merritt Chevrolet. And it looks like you're staying here for Schmelz Countryside, too.
Oh.
I'll stick around. Yes, Mayor and
Okay.
Council. Similarly, you have before you a resolution accepting a donation from Schmelz Countryside. For as long as I can remember, Schmelz has contributed donations to the Public Safety Department. Similarly, for employee recognition and wellness initiatives, they want us to invest in staff in ways that we wouldn't be able to otherwise. And we appreciate their ongoing support, and this year they've donated $3,000 to the Public Safety Department for those causes.
Thank you. Council members, there's a motion before us. Would
I
someone
move
like
the
to-
resolution accepting the donation from Schmelz Countryside.
Seconded by Villavicencio. The motion to approve the resolution accepting the donation made by Schmelz Countryside Volkswagen. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion passes, and thank you to Schmelz Countryside. We appreciate that. Moving on to our consent agenda. We have consent agenda items G1 through 10. Council members, is there a motion?
Motion to approve consent agenda item G1 through 10.
Second.
Moved by Lee, seconded by Juniman. Consent agenda items G1 through 10. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries as well. We have no public hearings tonight. We have new business, the off-sale intoxicating liquor license for Booze Brothers. Ms. Sint, this is your topic, I believe.
Yes, thank you, Mayor and Council. So as you said, we have an off-sale intoxicating liquor license. The application came in from Booze Brothers LLC to operate a store, Express Liquors. That would be located at 1900 County Road D East, Suite 101. And for those of you who have lived a long time, you would remember that as Pro-X. We did background investigations on the co-owners, and they both came back without any reason to prohibit the issuance of the liquor license. Lieutenant Hemke has also met with one of the co-owners, and he is also the manager, Mr. Singh, and they went over just general measures to eliminate the sale of to underage persons and just regular retail crime issues and general security. The approval tonight from council is one of the steps towards them getting the license. They will also need to comply with all building requirements and fire requirements. And lastly, they will need a state inspection before we will be able to issue that license to them. And Mr. Singh is here tonight for you to have, if you have any questions for him. And after that, we are looking for a motion to approve the issuance of an off-sale intoxicating liquor license for Booze Brothers LLC, doing business as Express Liquors at 1900 County Road D East, Suite 101.
Thank you very much. Welcome. Do you want to join us? Please introduce yourself.
Hi, here's Gurkeerat Singh. So I am representing the application for the off-sale liquor license application for the Express Liquors. And so this will be my first time, the first liquor store business we are opening at Maplewood City.
Okay. Thank you very much. Council members, does anyone have any questions? Councilmember Juniman.
I know that you have met with the police about,
What's that?
you have met with the police. You met with the policeman.
Yes. I met with Lieutenant Mike already, and already got all the instruction. Like, we gotta make sure we don't sell the liquor to the minors, and
Yeah, we're very serious about that.
yeah.
So
like,
remember every
and-
word he said.
Yep, we gotta make sure we ID everyone, like try to ensure like we don't hire a minor as a worker there, and just call them like in case we have any trouble. That's it. We got full support from Mike.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Wonderful.
you.
Council members, anything else? Then we have a motion. Would someone like to make it?
Motion to approve the off-sale intoxicating liquor license for Booze Bro LLC, doing business as Express Liquors, located at 1900 County Road D East, Suite 101.
Second.
Moved by Lee, seconded by Cave. The motion is written in our council packet. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries.
Welcome to Maplewood.
Thank you, and welcome to Maplewood.
Thank you.
Council members, we have one more item on our amended agenda tonight. Mr. Sable, this is your topic.
Thank you, Mayor and council members. As a result of some of the civil unrest that we have seen in other cities within the region, it is periodically important to review our emergency response procedures so that we can prepare in advance if a situation like that were to occur in Maplewood. I want to make sure that you hear what our emergency response plan is and the steps that the public safety team takes to do that. It is allowable under Minnesota statute that we do that discussion in closed session so as not to provide response details in an emergency to people who might want to use that against us. And so the recommended action is to move to close the regular meeting, go into closed session to receive a security briefing and a review of our security systems and emergency response procedures in the event that we have a situation that emerges. And I think this is a good practice to get into regardless of the climate, but even more so important as we've seen incidents get out of hand in other communities around us. So we'll do a security briefing in closed session.
Councilmember, there is a specific motion in our amended agenda. Would someone like to read it?
Pursuant to Minnesota State Statute 13D.05, subdivision 3D, I hereby move to close the regular meeting to go into closed session to receive security briefings, security systems, and emergency response procedures.
Second.
Moved by Ginneman, seconded by Cave, the motion as written in our amended council packet. Is there any further discussion? Then all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. And council members, we are going to move into closed session, and we are going to leave the room, and we will be back. We are back from our closed session, and now we are in an open session. We closed the meeting to discuss emergency response procedures. We are now back into open session, and we have nothing else on our agenda. So I want to thank staff, and I want to thank the council for all of your hard work on this very first night of council meetings for 2026. And with that, we are adjourned.